you know, whether they be pageant related or personal. So I'll start by telling you guys a little bit about myself. Well, I'm actually currently in Siargao, and it's my first time here on the island, and it's really beautiful. I love it. I think it's my new favorite island. And I'm 26 years old. I was born in the US, but I've lived. I hope this is working. It's just that my connection is too weak. Oh. I hope this is fine. Sorry guys, I don't have very good service here on the island. And yeah, so this is my last pageant, and I've really been enjoying beanie. Hi Arvin, hi Linnell. I hope this is good enough quality for you guys. But yeah, so my advocacy is, hi Maureen, how are you? Hi, I'm good. My advocacy is raising awareness for HIV and AIDS. Hi guys, yay! Hi Robert. Oh, we have 2 Roberts. Ooh, 18 viewers, galing. And what else is there to know about me? Yeah, so pageantry has been a big passion of mine, and oh, hi Roxy, oh my gosh. For work, I am a full-time model as well as host, and last year I started acting, which has been super fun. Wow, we're at 30. Woo! Happy Easter, guys. I don't know how formal I should be with this Facebook Live. Oh, Queen of the Earth is here. Oh, you guys are funny. Hi, Daniel. And let's see, I was actually sent a brief. Hold on, I'm afraid to exit out of this. Hi, Daniel, how are you? So I'm trying to remember what was on my brief. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Let's keep everything appropriate. So here in Siargao, to pass the time, I've been volunteering with the Siargao Community Kitchen, and our aim is to deliver hot cooked meals to the locals here. You know, Siargao is an island run on tourism, and with the island on lockdown, nobody's been working, and they've banned a lot of things. They banned fishing, you can't be on the beach, but you can really tell it's really affected a lot of locals. So Siargao Community Kitchen, we're feeding those families in need. So not only are we doing hot meals, but now we're also distributing relief bagged goods. I think we're almost at our 3,000th meal. So that's been really heartwarming. One other thing is, okay, it's a bit, I'll give you guys, since we've got time. The organizers or founders of Siargao Community Kitchen were actually supposed to get married on April 25th. And unfortunately, with the quarantine and lockdown, like so many other people, they had to cancel their weddings. And they decided to pour like their heart and souls into the community kitchen. So it's been a really beautiful thing to watch, and it's really grown. And I think we're almost at 200K for donations, which is really good. And we spend about, depending on what we're making, 5 to 10K per day on food. So originally we were hitting 200 meals a day, but now it's up to, you know, so we're getting closer to 300 a day as well. How is Miss USA different from Beanie Pilipinas? Well, Beanie Pilipinas is definitely longer. and it's more competitive. I know you might be like, what? But how old was I? I was 20 when I left for Miss USA, and then I had my birthday there, so I turned 21 on the trip. But Bini Bini is so much more intense. Like, even for rehearsals, the girls are full glam, in heels, ready to compete. Whereas in Miss USA, it was more chill. Everybody showed up to practice in sweatpants. And I feel like there was less pressure. Here, there's so many eyes watching you. Also, my year with Miss USA was a bit different. We were the last Trump batch, and the pageant was being sold to IMG at the time, so it was just a bit different. We didn't have as much sponsors. Yeah, they stayed on board, but it was just a different experience. But so far, Bini Bini has been super great. Both have been great. Hi, Gabs. Miss USA Top 15, yes. Honestly, if we're talking candidly, I wish I competed a bit later when I was a little bit more serious about pageantry and everything, because I think when I left for Miss USA, I was super fresh, and you know, that's a blessing and a curse. I'm still glad out of 51 girls, I was able to make the top 15. But yeah, Bini Bini is definitely harder and more intense, and it's so much longer. Miss USA was only 2 weeks. Arvin, what is your opinion on the extension of the lockdown? I miss you too, Tito Raj. My opinion on the extension of the lockdown is it's a necessary thing. I think, of course, nobody wants to see all the businesses struggling and feeling down because of, you know, the lack of contact really with people. But I think it's really important. I'm glad the Philippines caught it on early. Looking at the trajectory of China, it took them about 3 months to recover. And again, we don't know how much information. I feel like, oh, are we gonna get into dicey politics? I don't know if their numbers are fully correct, the data that they've been releasing, but it looks like it took them about 3 months to recover. So we've already been quarantined for a month. Hopefully, if all goes well, by June, everything will be back to normal. I'm hoping, I'm praying. Let's see. Hope to see you. Yeah, I hope to see you again too. Why do you deserve to be crowned this year? Well, let's just say, why do I deserve a crown this year for Bini Bini Pilipinas 2020? I think I deserve a crown because I'm super seasoned and I've competed internationally. I think I'm finally ready to snatch a crown. And, you know, it's one thing to be beautiful and, you know, am I the most beautiful girl on the planet? No. But I think I'm authentically myself. I think I'm well prepared and I want it. And I'm not afraid to tell people I want it, I deserve it. I'm going to give it my everything, and I'll make the Philippines proud. Do you still have communication with Olivia Jordan? The last time I saw her was a couple years ago, but yes. Yeah, she's married now. Everybody's getting married. What crown are you eyeing to get and why? It's a great question. You know, I think I will be super blessed to receive any crown, but Miss International is definitely top, and then I think Supra and Grand International. I think the other crowns are great, but yeah, definitely International. But I've been warming up to Miss Grand. You know, we haven't had a winner yet for Miss Grand International, so we'll see what happens. Again, I'll be thankful for any crown. Would you rather have a government that takes care of its citizens or one that lets the citizens fend for themselves? I think in a perfect world, it's a combination of both. You know, the citizens, they need to have independence. They need to know what they want. They need to be able to congregate and discuss what they need. And government should not be too hands-on, too controlling. I do believe in freedom of speech, and I think that the healthiest groups of people, the healthiest citizens or nations have a good mix of both. Hi Renee, you have a question? Please ask. Oh, okay. Who are my threats or my competitive candidates? I think all of the girls are really competitive. I think even on the first day I had my top 5 picked. And it's been changing ever since, just because I'm seeing so many different sides to the girls. But I think ultimately Q&A will be the determining factor, because everybody is beautiful, everybody is talented, so it's really just going to come down to who shines that night and who's able to deliver. I like this question. How will you criticize the criticism of your critics? I think you have to take your criticism with a smile. You have to laugh and take it with a grain of salt, because these people telling you a million things, you know, they don't walk in your shoes. They don't know where you've been. They don't know where you're going. So always be open to opinions, but never let it affect you too much, because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. So live your life in a way that makes you happy. Who do you miss the most in your meeting batch? Ooh, honestly, I miss Justine. I miss Cindy. I was actually messaging Hazel earlier today. I miss all of them. It's so weird. It's like you see these 40 girls every day for months, and then the world is canceled and you're put on hold. So I do miss all of them. They're all such sweet girls. What political issue in your time and how does it affect your thoughts and opinions in life? What political issues, we'll say during this time? So this one is a bit silly, and it's definitely a luxury, but the government here banned surfing, and it's been a political issue because they're arresting surfers and confiscating boards and putting people in jail. And all the locals are good. It's just a lot of the foreigners are breaking it, but it's been really interesting. And I know, actually, the military here, they patrol the beach. So whether they be on boat or jet skis or just walking on foot at the beach, they're being very strict, as they should be, with social distancing and whatnot. But I think arresting the surfers, it is, yes, I think it is deserved, but it's just really interesting to watch it unfold. I think there's a bit of unrest, and if we're gonna speak honestly, I feel like some people view, since we are a very small island, a lot of people are viewing foreigners as the enemy. So I think it's really important to show that, you know, even in the Siargao community kitchen, we have a lot of foreigners helping out, and that, you know, this community here is built on love, whether it be the local community or the foreign investors. Like, everybody just wants the island to succeed. Hi! All right. The economic team of our government says that they are already studying the inclusion of our middle-class fellow men as recipients of the cash grant during the COVID pandemic. What is your take on this issue, considering our state's limited resources? I think that the people who need it should apply. I know that's a bit of a dangerous game because some people tend to reach out their hand. I myself have not claimed anything, but I think we just need to only accept the help we need. And there's so many charities going on right now, but I just hope that our economy will bounce back. I know once all of this is over, businesses will be hungry. Everybody wants to grow the economy. So I just hope everybody's smart with their money. I think this has actually been a really good time to save. You know, no frivolous spending has been going on in my life, just very basic necessities. So I think it's been a very humbling experience, and I think that the government should really help the poorest people in need and in a timely manner. Shout out Maureen, hey! Hi Gabrielle. How are you? I'm doing good. Shout out Momshi. Hi Charles. Ooh, Ollie's watching. Hi Ollie. Alright, Gabs. The economic team. Oh, yes. Carl. Hello, Queen. Hi. If you are the answer, what would be the question? Who is the next Miss International 2020? Okay. Gabs. Okay. If we couldn't pick you, who should win? I think some of my faves, I think Samantha Bernardo has been a great girl. She's very warm, very friendly, and she's been authentic throughout the whole competition. I love Hannah. I love Hazel. Hazel is a girl I think everybody should watch out for. Very sweet, and I think she is a modern Filipina. You know, so many people complain about having mestizas represent us. I think she's a perfect morena, and she's so wonderful. So I think you guys should also vote for her as well along this process. Okay. What crown would you wish to put on your head and suits you personally to represent the Philippines on the international stage? I think the three I mentioned before, international, Supra, and Grand. I think I would do well in Japan. Oh no, 20% battery. Okay. I think the Japanese definitely have a type, and I feel like I would fit that prototype. From what I've heard so far, it's mostly my styling that people have been pushing me towards other pageants, but I do feel like I would be successful in any of the three, and I would really, really love the Miss International crown. Hi, John Paul. How is the COVID-19 situation there in Siargao? Every day the restrictions are getting more intense, but it's still good. It's still island's life. It's all the businesses are boarded up when you drive on the main road. The main road here where I live is called Tourism Road, and you see all these businesses shut down, but people are still, you know, they're just trying to live their lives. Most of the places are still doing takeout, but again, they've really cracked down, and yeah, there have been a lot of sweeper flights to get rid of the tourists here. What are your preparations for the upcoming pageant from Junie Lasangan? My preparations, honestly, when I prepare for a pageant, most of my prep is physical. I just always want to be in the best shape I can be, so once we get more information on the pageant, I will definitely hit the gym hard. The gym here is closed, and we're not supposed to be outside, so like, of course, I'll try to hit the beach for a little bit when I think it's safe, but I miss working out, definitely. Other preparations are just keeping up to date on the news, and then just keeping myself mentally happy and healthy. 10 of my titas back in the US, titas and titos, have gotten COVID. So it's been interesting. Thankfully, they're all recovering, most of which are already back home. They're not in the hospital, but you know, when this first hit, I just was like, oh, it's just a cough. Maybe it's not so bad. But as time went on, you realize, like, this is truly affecting the world. Like, wow, it's different when people you know and like you grew up with get it, especially when they're not near you. Because in my mind, Asia was going to be the epicenter, not Italy or the US. So yeah, but thankfully my parents are fine and my parents aren't sick. So yeah, prayers to anybody who's dealing with a sick loved one going through a hard time right now. Hi, Junie. With or without makeup, you're so beautiful. Thank you. I actually stopped wearing makeup on this trip. No makeup, not doing my hair, and it's been pretty great. What makes you blush? Oh, lahat. No, just kidding. What makes me blush? Flirting. I think anything scandalous. Yeah. I'm a bit cheeky sometimes, so lots of things make me blush. Okay. Of all the terrible things that are happening in the world, poverty, war, lack of universal education and healthcare, why is environmental protection the most important thing for everyone to work on? Well, our environment is our home. Without a healthy environment, you know, we can't sustain ourselves. We only have one Earth. And we really need to take care of our living space, because, you know, you can rebuild a lot of things in life, but we really need to take care of Mother Earth. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. Angel, keep in your beautiful lady and smile. Go, 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 queen. What question or questions have you encountered so far that you don't want to ask anymore? I don't like it when people question my dual citizenship, just because I've been living here as a Filipina for years by myself. Like, I don't have family here, and it hurts to prove your identity to so many people and just to have them be like, oh, whatever. But there's nothing you can do but keep trying to prove to them, like, everything I do is for our country, our beautiful country. And I live here for a reason. I work here for a reason. It's because I am Filipina and I love it here. What is the impact of COVID-19 on your mental health? The impact of COVID-19 has been, I would be lying if I said it wasn't hard. You know, it really sunk in, I think last week, that I'm on an island and I can't leave. And it's a beautiful island and I'm so lucky to be here, but I'm scared. And, you know, that's life. You're going to deal with a lot of things, but I hope I can go home soon. I hope I can see my friends and family soon. I don't have a ticket back yet because I'm so unsure with the current situation that's going on. But it's definitely been a scary thing, and it's pushed me to really keep in touch with my family members more. So at least that's the silver lining for me, is talking to my family more. Because before, I would probably talk to my parents once a week, once every 2 weeks. Now I talk to them maybe every 2 days. So it's a lot more, which is better. But yeah, we've worked out our timing schedule. Because I think there's a 15-hour time difference. Would you consider joining Miss Universe in the Philippines? I don't think so. I don't think it's for me. I think there's a definite prototype for that pageant, and honestly I don't think I fit it, and I'm very much so a realist, and I much prefer being Filipinas, so no, I don't think I would join. Plus my age, I'm 26. Ah! I love you too, Raphael. Are you ready not to win a crown? I think so. I feel like last year was such a whirlwind of events. You know, it was the end of an era for me. I got out of a 2-year relationship. I had to move homes multiple times last year. And so I think 2019 was the most humbling year of my life. And if, you know, the world is going to throw me another punch, I think I'm ready to take it. If I can live through 2019, I can live through anything. So yes. Hi, Miss Maureen. Hi, David. How will my advocacy help the current global pandemic situation? I think that anything in the health world right now is relevant. We've seen a virus take over the world, and you know, much like AIDS and HIV, it's something that you don't necessarily see coming, and when it hits, it changes the world. So I think we just really need to be safe, and we need to test. We need to test everything and just be aware of what we have. I think when we're careless with our actions, we put the lives of others at risk. So we just really need to be aware of our health and not feel embarrassed to speak about it. Hi, Arvin Kabachete. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Thank you, guys. Where do you draw the line between helping people and showing them how to help themselves? How would you strike a balance? That always reminds me of the saying, if you give a man to fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he'll never go hungry again. So I think you need to give people the equipment to succeed, and that's mostly through education. So yeah, I think honestly in life, education is almost the answer to everything. Just better learning, better resources, and giving people the tools to succeed. Who were your friends during your Miss USA stint? Miss Connecticut, Ashley was my bestie. I also loved Miss Hawaii, Emma. I was roommates with Miss Utah, Nicole. And yeah, it was very, very fun. What's the difference between joining Miss USA and joining Beanie Beating? Beanie Beating is just so much more intense. I was talking about this a bit earlier. There are more eyes on you. And it's just a completely different ball game. It's like Miss USA was like level 4. Beanie Beating is level 10. And even competing in other pageants like Miss World, Beanie Beating is at the top. It's intense, but in a great way, in the best way. What motivates me the most? Survival. I need to be independent, but no, honestly, my parents, I think, my family, and just creating a name for myself. At this point, I'm really focusing on building my brand, on creating a legacy, and having something that I can stand away from and look at and be proud of. And I think that's really coming with age as well. What event are you looking forward to in Beanie Beating Pilipinas? Coronation night! I hope it comes soon. But I love doing the swimsuit portion, so I'm excited for that. In today's society, women empowerment is very sensational, timely, and well-focused. Do you think it's unfair for men? Why or why not? I do not think it's unfair for men because women empowerment, in my opinion, empowers the entire household. You know, a woman, a mother, she gives so much back to her community, to her family, and I think teaching a woman to believe herself, you know, that's really enriching the lives of half the population, and it can change the world. I think it's been a man's world for so long, so I think it's very, very nice to have woman empowerment at the forefront of everyone's conversations. What is the difference between Miss USA and Miss America? In Miss America, the candidates are from the states of USA. Miss USA competes at Miss Universe. Miss America stops at Miss America. Also, Miss America has a talent portion that's televised. Hi, Trish. Hi, Cram. How do you define the hashtag Beanie Beating Pilipinas hashtag I am Filipina? I am Beanie Beating. It just means I am a woman. Hear me roar. This is my stage, you know. To be a proud Filipina, I think it's so beautiful. Our country is so cultural, and I don't know. I think all Filipinos are so feisty, and we have so much to say, and I define that hashtag as me. What can you say about the conspiracy theory about China regarding the virus of COVID-19? I'm not familiar with which theory you're talking about. If you could just clarify, but there's a lot of hearsay, so I think you just need to be careful about not spreading fake news. Oh, thank you. How do you picture yourself when you're 65 years old? Hopefully, when I'm 65, I can see myself on a balcony with my husband and grandkids, enjoying the delicious meal I just made, all drinking hot cocoa. That's such a great question. I don't even know where I will be at that age, but hopefully I'm just happy and healthy. And I really want to have a family. What is the difference between the pageant scene in the Philippines and abroad from the perspective of the beauty queen? I think that in the States it's more, I don't say underground, but in the Philippines it's at the forefront of the media. Beauty queens oftentimes get into, you know, television, social media, whereas in the States it's less prominent. But guys, I've had a lot of fun. My battery is quite low, so I think I will leave you soon. Beanie Beating is currently having their charity, so please go to the Beanie Beating Pilipinas official Facebook page as well as Instagram page, and you can check out their charity. Any donations will be very, very welcome, and I hope to see you guys soon. This was really a blast, and I love speaking to you all. So happy Easter. Thank you for making time and for spending your evening with me. I love you guys. And what else? Goodbye from Beanie Beating number 11.